Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.
Took a Segway ride downtown, saw the city wheels spinning out. It felt like when I used to ride my bike and scream out the top of my lungs. You asked me what I had said, instead I talked to you through a book I read. I always try to make you laugh, it's just one of those things I have. It goes, I didn't notice I was going adrift. I'm 22 wild years young. Sometimes it feels like I haven't done anything. I know it'll come in time. The feeling of life that tugs inside. What is that song that you sing? I hearing out above everything. It reminds me of the beauty in life, just standing around and going outside. I didn't notice I was going adrift. Just out of focus, barely can open for this. I didn't With scissors I cut it out, place all my memories on the ground. I'll start looking around. When I was 4 years old, I almost drowned. I'll make a brand new start, and I'll be sure my heart's a part of the doggies in the cemetery. One day they'll be spitting on me. I didn't notice I was going adrift. Just out of focus, barely can open for this. I didn't notice I was going adrift. Just out of focus, barely can open for this.
My name is Autumn,
My name is Kate.
and we have Grace, Ted, and Bert, also in Key for Cheap.
It all began in college choir, actually. We went to Hamlin University together, and we sang in, it's called the a cappella choir, but it's not like your usual a cappella group. It's
Just
like classical
choral
music
music.
without a piano. We met there, we're both altos traditionally, so like we stood next to each other and we were like, wow, our blend is wild. And then like Autumn had wanted to like be in a band or something, and I had
I was
like
pining for a band.
some experience in the past, so we like started jamming, and then I had known Bert from past musical endeavors, and he also went to Hamlin University, so we were like, hey, you want to play some guitar with us? And the same thing happened with Ted. Ted was also in the choir, and Ted plays guitar too, so that's how we met Ted. So us three, me, Autumn, Ted, knew each other from choir. Bert was like kind of mutual friend from older days, and then Grace was also a mutual friend, who our previous drummer, Lydia, recommended to us.
I had grown up doing band. I played alto saxophone in school and like was obsessed with band. I was such a band nerd. I did marching band and pep band. I was actually the drum major of marching band, but I didn't start playing guitar or like writing songs until I was 18, until I pretty much graduated high school. And then that's kind of, I had always liked performing, but I feel like I kind of fell into that passion really at that stage as I was growing up and moving away. So that's when I really started writing, was senior year of high school, starting freshman year of college.
My musical journey started very early in my life because I started taking piano when I was like 4 years old, like classical piano. And then I started going to this place called School of Rock, which does like contemporary music. And that was in like high school. And I learned how contemporary music works, like how to write song charts and stuff like that, and how song structures go together, and that kind of is what inspired me to like start writing my own music. I also like formed my first actual band with some kids from that program, and I think in the past few years it's really ramped up in terms of like I learned to play guitar, self-taught. I taught myself the bass, and yeah, just kind of trying stuff these past few years. Yeah, it's been really cool.
Take control now. The sun rises, I stay down. Minnesota.
When we first started, it was songs that I had just pretty much written in preparation of like starting a band, because I really wanted to start a band, so I had all these songs. So that's when we started playing, it was kind of just on these songs that I had already written. And then we started to be more collaborative, and you brought songs that you had written, and we both write on the acoustic guitar, so you'll see in our performance we switch between acoustic guitar and bass guitar. We play guitar and sing lead on the songs that we write, which is kind of cool, I think.
Yeah.
Not many bands do that, where you actually switch to who's singing lead and who's playing lead.
Earlier on, it was like everybody always wrote their own parts, but I feel like it was very much like you and I kind of directing like what we wanted the songs to sound like in the beginning. And then as time has gone on, we've kind of all just like learned
How it
the
works.
natural way,
Yeah.
and like we'll all kind of suggest like, this would be a cool thing to do here, like it would be cool to get quieter here, or louder here, or like stop or something, you know. So like everybody, I feel like over the past like 2 years or so has gotten super comfortable just like sharing their ideas and meshing them together and stuff like that.
And I think that's like a testament to us like growing as a band, but also us growing together like as friends,
that's
and
so true.
becoming like closer with each other and just more comfortable
Yeah.
being like, hey, you should
Definitely.
do that, or like, hey,
Yeah.
like just like trying new things, and
Yeah.
we're like settling into our sound too. So I think that helps it be more collaborative.
Well, our album is called Bundle.
Released it June 2022.
Yep.
It's called Bundle because it is just like an amalgamation of,
Yeah.
we're all such different, I mean, there's 5 of us already. It's like, okay, there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
And we all have such different musical interests, like
Yep.
backgrounds in life. And I think that it bleeds into our songwriting.
Definitely.
And I don't know, I think the album, it really has something for everyone.
Right. And it's like every song is like a different stop, you know, it's a different area or zone completely, but it's also, they all fit together really well. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
It's your road trip album. You're going cross states, you got something
Yeah.
everywhere. There's different landscapes and different textures that you're seeing.
before the pandemic, like not only were we playing shows way more frequently, but like they were at like a lot of basements. We were super busy with these like kind of underground shows, and it was a little bit, it wasn't like frustrating per se, but it did feel like, you know, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
What
got
we
a
will
little
continue
draining.
to do.
Yeah.
And then after the pandemic, like you see these bigger venues in town that don't have like the touring acts that they used to. So like that suddenly is open space for local bands to be playing. So like we're suddenly playing like at the Amsterdam regularly, like which we had never played before the pandemic. We played 7th Street like 3 times since the pandemic, and it was like, wow, this is kind of a step up from where we were at before. And it felt really good to be playing again, and then
we had new
suddenly like in these
songs
actual
and-
legit
yeah.
venues and rooms and stuff like that. So
And I also remember being scared the first
Yeah.
time because it just had been so
Yeah.
long.
it was weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very weird.
Weird. I love like the scene here too because it's like you really turn to fellow local musicians for support.
Yeah.
You record with fellow local musicians, they mix your music, you jam together. You're one step off from like everyone, or like
Yeah, for
you're
real.
connected to everyone. Like everyone
Yeah.
has side projects with other people and other bands. And I think you really draw inspiration from the other local bands in your area, and you play for them,
Yeah.
and you play to bring them joy, and you it's vice versa.
Definitely. And like
I think that's different from other scenes where it's, I don't know, it's you're very connected here versus like in a big city. You're like,
that's so true. Yeah, it's like our paths cross with like other musicians so frequently, and like that really forays into like friendships, and you know, like even casual friendships, or like even getting closer with other bands and stuff like that. Like it's really easy to do to make those bonds, which is really cool. And there's so many talented musicians
many.
in the scene. It feels
Yeah.
very cool to be in it.
Rusted, I'm nearly swamped under, tucked beneath the rocks. Perspective shifts when you're in the water. Amidst the masses, I felt smaller.
we just love each other. We love playing together. We're just going to keep doing it while it's fun. And I think that's a message for anyone watching, to just do what you want. Do what sets your heart on fire.
Yeah, dude.
And just do it as long as it's fun.
Yeah, and we appreciate everyone who is along for the ride with us.
Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.